Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, got a good one for you here. We have Dell Technologies talking about Hedera and distributed ledger technology. Now, I'm not going to go through the full article because it is quite long in its entirety, but there are some little things that I will go through, and I thought I'd just actually bring it to your attention. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware that Dell are part of the governing council, so this isn't that much of a surprise. But I think the thing for me is what I'm trying to show you with this is that you can see big companies, legacy companies like Dell that have been around for many years, how positive they're talking about Hedera, right? And so for me, the way I look at this is, if you've got companies that have been around for this long and they're praising Hedera, doesn't that indicate to you that Hedera would have a promising future from the looks of it? Would you not say that the future looks optimistic? Now, of course, things can go wrong, things can change, so not to say that this means that their future is guaranteed, but it would show promise to me, right? Because you've got legacy companies that have been around for many years with experience within the technology sector praising a company like Hedera. So to me, that would indicate that they see the potential in Hedera and its future, right? Why else would you join the governing council? You're doing it because you believe in its future and you want to help have a stake in its future because you believe that it can go far, right? And so I thought I'd just do this video and just show you some of the highlights in regards to this that I wanted to address. So I first found it on X, and you've got a guy here called Parabolic HBAR, and you just put nice article on how Dell sees value in leveraging Hedera for edge computing. So that's it basically in a nutshell. I'll now just go through some of the parts that I did want to address, and then we can just discuss this further afterwards. So we've got here use case, Hedera Governance Council. Given the long list of challenges described in section 3, which obviously I haven't gone through, how can the industry increase the feasibility of DLT implementations and realize business value? According to the Accenture report mentioned above, the answer is to join with others effectively. Quote, the whole point of doing blockchain is it's a team sport, unquote. Christopher G. McDaniel, president of the Institute's Risk-Blocked Alliance, explains, quote, if you're trying to do it on your own, maybe that's okay from a proof of concept standpoint. But if you ever want to get real production value, you have to join with others. Otherwise, there's no point, unquote. This section introduces a DLT community that brings together organizations from across different industries and geographies, the Hedera Governing Council. Its approach eases the feasibility difficulties by providing DLT deployment best practices across from disparate companies. This does not mean that DLT deployment becomes simple. This section outlines that enterprise companies will have a significant amount of work to do. DLT deployment becomes easier but not easy. Hedera is a fully open source proof of stake public network and governing body for building and deploying decentralized applications. It offers developers 3 primary services: Solidity based smart contracts, consensus, and token services. Hedera is unique in that it is incredibly fast, energy efficient in brackets carbon negative, and secure. These advantages can be attributed to its underlying hashgraph consensus algorithm, unquote. In this paper, we have explored the challenges inherent in operating a DLT node within an enterprise. Figure 13 depicts a governance council setting standards for the decentralized operations of a DLT, known as the Hedera mainnet. The Hedera Council is, quote, an expert council consisting of up to 39 leading global organizations, distributed across 11 different industries and spanning a wide range of geographies. The governing council is completely decentralized. Every member has an equal vote over software upgrades, network pricing, treasury management, and more. Governing council members are term limited and do not receive any profits from Hedera, unquote. Okay. I'm going to leave it there because it does go quite in depth in terms of what they're talking about. And it's giving you like some of the requirements to run a node, like a DLT node on Hedera and stuff like that, which I think for the most part, a lot of people are not really going to be interested in. But I just thought I'd show you this because, again, I wanted to show you the fact that Dell are clearly showing you here their interest within Hedera, right? They've done this whole article showing you DLT technology, what they're doing to try and implement it, and how they're trying to get involved with it. One of the things that they said in that article that I was just talking about, which I think was a very good thing that was said, is that this is a team effort, right? Sometimes when you're stubborn and don't want to embrace change, it's a thing where you just feel like you can do these things by yourself, or you think you can just stick to what you want to do and you'll be fine. That's not how this works. When new technology comes in, it's evolve or be extinct, right? And so Dell can clearly see this, and they can see where the future is heading. And so what they're doing, they're wanting to work with Hedera because they see them being one of the people at the forefront of this new technology. That makes complete sense. And I think this is good that they're embracing this, because I think this is what's going to help Dell also have longevity in the future, right? So for me, I'm looking at this and I just think it's good to see that Hedera is getting the recognition, and especially from such a big company, as I said, like Dell, because Dell is big. Let's not make any mistakes here. It is a huge company, and they've been here for many, many years. So I feel like you can kind of trust their judgment when they're talking about this kind of stuff in terms of technology. And I think you can trust their judgment in regards to what they believe about Hedera, right? I think that is a pretty safe bet to say. Now, as I said earlier, this does not guarantee Hedera's success. Of course it doesn't. But when you look at the Hedera Governing Council and the type of companies that are backing Hedera, that should give you confidence, right? The fact that they've got as many council members as they have, and then the caliber of the companies that are on the Governing Council, that should make you feel pretty confident that it looks like Hedera has a long-term future, because you've got all these companies who want to work with them and who are trying to help them, right? Another thing that I'm very glad that they pointed out was just in regards to how the companies that are on the Governing Council, they're not paid in any way by Hedera, because again, that shows you they're there by choice, right? It's not a thing of, oh, well, you know what, Hedera paying us money, so we thought, yeah, why not? This isn't a thing where they're just doing it for a quick payday, guys. They are there because they want to be there. They are there because they believe in Hedera's future and they want to help shape that. So I know there's some people who talk about the Governing Council and they're like, oh, well, you know, these ain't real partnerships. I really kind of disagree with that, to be honest with you, because, okay, we can be a bit technical and be a bit petty and say, well, they're not partnerships. But realistically speaking, these are companies who are having a stake within Hedera's future. They're helping to aid Hedera's future. So it's not a partnership in the literal sense, but it really kind of is a partnership, to be honest, right? Because they're all running a node. They're all testing out the technology. And I'm sure once they start to see things that they can do within the technology, they're going to want to bring those out within Hedera, because this is the network that they're on the Governing Council of. So if they've got a product that they've done, tried and tested on the Hedera hashgraph and it's successful, why are you then going to just run to another network, right? It would make sense that you would release it on Hedera. So in my opinion, when I look at all this stuff and I'm seeing these kind of articles where you've got these companies talking about Hedera, to me, it speaks volumes personally. I really think it says a lot. So thought I'd just share this with you guys. I think it's really bullish in my opinion. And again, it just makes me feel more and more confident with regards to Hedera. So I really like that I'm seeing this. I think this is really great to see from Dell. If you do want to see the full article, it is on Hedera's X profile. They basically reposted Parabolic HBAR's post on their profile, so you can go and check it out through that. It is quite an in-depth read, so I'm sure some of you guys are probably not going to want to read this. I'll be honest with you, I haven't read the full thing. Whether I'll get round to it, I don't know, because I do have a lot on my plate besides running this channel. but I will try and get through it if I can. And if I do find anything within here that I also think is worth pointing out, then I'll be happy to do another video and just obviously go into a bit more depth and explain that. But overall, I think this is great to see. Overall, it just continues to show you what companies that are speaking about Hedera and what the future looks like for Hedera, in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Dell Technology is talking about Hedera and distributed ledger technology. Do you like this article? Have you read the article in full? Is there anything in particular that has made you very optimistic about HBAR? Do you think the stuff that you're hearing overall is going to be good for HBAR's price? Or do you not like the article? Is there anything in the article that you saw that made you rather concerned or that put you off? Or do you just not think that this is something that's going to help HBAR's price overall long term? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.